Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Tim, and I drive for Amazon Flex. And today I want to talk about a few things to do when things go wrong, because things do go wrong. I'm going to start with police. Now, I'm in a rural area, so there are lots of these wide spot in the town roads, and their police don't have a whole lot to do but write tickets. So I am extremely cautious about following the speed limit when I'm in those little towns. So you're not going to make any money if you're paying for tickets. On to my other notes. One of my mantras is I try to deliver every package because it's a good 10 minutes from my house to the warehouse and 10 minutes back, a few minutes there. So if I have to take back an undeliverable package, it's 30 minutes, not paid, plus the fuel. So I'll spend a few extra minutes trying to deliver a package so I don't have to take one back the next day. First and frustrating is missing packages. I've got two types that I've run across. First, it's on the route or the block, and address is on the block, but there's no driver's aid number attached to it. So one of these sides, I have an example of that. You can see where it lists an item, but there's it's package number 45 or whatever. And in fact, I just had a route that had 4 of those almost in a row. It's incredibly frustrating. And a couple things I do first is I'll scan through and make sure I don't have that package maybe with a wrong label on it. And I'll get to that because that's happened. Then you got to call driver's aid and tell them you don't have it. And I'm always very careful to say there is no driver's aid number. So apparently they intended to put it on the route. What's frustrating is that's going to be 5 or 10 minutes, depending on the skill level of the help person you've got. So there's literally 15, 20 minutes of wasted time because somebody at the warehouse didn't do whatever it was they were supposed to do. Then I had a situation where a delivery had a driver's aid number on it. I could not find the package. There was no package in my vehicle with that driver's aid number, and I think there was 12 or 15 packages left, so it's not like that was a big challenge. It just wasn't there. So I call support. That took quite some time because I had apparently scanned that I had that package, but I didn't have the package. And I'm thinking, did it fall out of my car at another stop? Did I, what did I do? What did I do wrong? So I finished my deliveries, and guess what? I've got a package. And sure enough, it's that package. So I take it back to the warehouse the next day, but it had the wrong driver's aid number. So someone at the warehouse has stuck the wrong sticker on it. Now, I could have avoided that by checking the addresses on all of my packages, and then it would have showed up as, okay, this is the right address. The next frustration is gates and secure buildings. The first thing I do is look in the notes, because sometimes the notes will give you a code to get in, or it'll tell you where to leave it or whatever. If there's nothing in there and I can't get in, I'll try and call the customer. 9 times out of 10, they don't answer the phone. I have managed to get postal people to let me in. If there's a phone number on the front door, I'll call the phone number, and sometimes the property manager will come down and open the door. But you got to get that package inside the door. The second part of that is gates for ranches and farms, and we've got a lot of those around here. And it can be a quarter mile. They even had one that was a half a mile to the house, and there was a gate right at the entrance. So if it's not too far, I'll just move that delivery circle up to where the gate is, leave the package on the other side of the gate, and call it done. And then you get these wealthy gated communities, and most of the time that's where they've got a code for you to get in. And that's the one place that I did the undeliverable because there was no code. No one answered the phone. I pushed the help button on the squawk box and nobody. I'm like, okay, well, they don't want that package that bad. RV parks often have just a common area where everybody leaves their packages. An ironic note, I was dropping off a package at a fairly large RV park, and an Amazon branded vehicle showed up at the same time doing the same thing. And then dogs. I love dogs. I'm a dog person. This is one of my dogs. They're great. Until you pull into some driveway and some 100-pound dog is barking at you and jumping on the side of your car. I never get out of my vehicle if I don't feel safe. What I do, though, it's worked pretty well several times, is I'll pull up and around right next to like the back of one of their vehicles if there's room, and I'll kind of reach over and put it on the back of the vehicle, take the picture, and I'll mark other safe location. And if that home is already marked as caution dogs, Amazon's fine with that. And if it's not marked caution dogs, then I'll go in and mark it that, yeah, there's a dog here, it's loose, and then Amazon's just fine. Because they stress over and over and over again, do not get out of your car if you're not safe. And if people say, oh yeah, they're fine for them. Maybe not for you. And actually at a house I pulled up to recently, there was a goat, a very well-groomed goat with a dog collar in it that walked up, and they can be even more dangerous. I didn't get out of my car. The lady come out and took the package, and she was like, oh, they're all fine. And I think, okay, well, that's great. Here's your package. Off we go. Detours drive me nuts because sometimes you don't know if your delivery location is before or after the reason for the detour. I've driven a mile down the road and found out that the house I need to deliver to is literally the other side of this rural bridge that's out. I don't know how to avoid that. Again, I'm not going to mark it undeliverable because I don't want to spend that half an hour. So I'll drive around, but I've delivered the package, met my commitment. So detour is pain in the neck. And Amazon, if you ever watch this, you guys are really bad at knowing what roads are out. There's a road in my town that's literally been closed for construction for 3 months, and it's not even noted in the app. So Amazon, do better there. And the last crazy thing, because I live in a rural community, is bad roads. Rural area, a lot of gravel roads, and a lot of those roads that aren't even gravel, they're just clay and rock. They run a blade over from time to time. And those can be dangerous because you can hit a rock that hits your oil pan, you can hit something that hits a tire the wrong way, and I have lost a tire. So I just go really slow. And we just went through a very, very rainy time, so there's washouts, there's gullies. If it's too bad, that'd be another case where I might mark undeliverable. And I think that's even one of the options if the road's closed or something like that. So be careful. Your car is your income, so you want to take care of it. I'll add a little addendum to this about getting more compliments on your dashboard. If I run into a customer, see a customer, I always take a minute to engage. Hi, how you doing? Isn't the weather nice today? That little bit of engagement in this very impersonal tech-based world works wonders. And I get a lot of positive feedback on my dashboard because I take that minute or so to do that. So be a good person. It pays off. I always love hearing the good things and the bad things that other people see and maybe what others might find interesting. So thanks. See you soon.